Salutations, fellow Brits! Welcome to another episode of Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous. And on today's episode, which is a special episode I may add, Science Wednesday, we have coming all the way from US of A at a college in South Florida, Noemi Soto and Yolanda, sorry if I butchered this folks, Tumon.
Correct.
I got it. Now, two questions that I would like to ask. Because I understand that you guys are doing a scientific research on the common phenotypic traits of the Rothschild family, which I'm sure that you all are familiar with.
Right.
Now, two questions that I want to ask you is, why this family, one, and two, why this specific research?
Well, Naomi and I picked a specific family and traced back 5 generations of son in the Rothschild lineage. Mm-hmm. Within it, we picked 5 traits that we thought were the best consistent. Mary Emma Rothschild, who was the founder of the family fortune, has great-great-great-grandchildren that carry on the family name and great genes.
And the most interesting thing about his family is that they actually kept the family pure by doing incestual behavior.
So wait, one second. So you mean to tell me that these Rothschilds would pretty much mate with each other?
Yes.
Meaning their family members to keep the lineage and the whatever in the family line?
Right. Correct.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
The individual whom we compare traits from the oldest generation to the youngest generation goes as follows. Mayer Amschel Rothschild and his son, Generation 1, Nathan Mayer Rothschild. Generation 2, his son, Nathan D. Rothschild. To his son, Generation 3, Nathan James Edward de Rothschild. To Generation 4, his son, Henry Nathaniel Charles de Rothschild. And the final Generation 5, their son, Philippe Georges de Rothschild.
Wow, that sounds marvelous. Folks, after these messages, we will continue. Promise you.
Can you understand the basic genetics, failing biology class? Have no fear. This review guide we are selling for at the price of 3 payments of $19.99 will not only help you with the passing your class, it will change your mind about sexual recombination. Well, that is in the guide, you ask? I will tell you. It consists of essential concepts of Mendelian research that go from sex recombination, genotype, phenotype, recessiveness, dominant, homozygosity, heterozygosity, incomplete dominance, polygenetic traits, sex-linked traits, mutations, and much more. Call us at 1-800-555-5551. Let us know if this is the right guide for you. Our premier customer service is guaranteed. Call us now.
These are paid actors, not a real spokesperson. Please do not call this number. No purchase necessary.
And we're back here on Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, Science Wednesday. Now, before we went to break, we understood that you all did 5 common traits of the Rothschild family. And one thing I wanted to know, and I'm sure the audience was curious to know, is that what 5 traits did you pick and why?
Well, we picked the shape of the face, we picked the mouth width, the size of the nose, and the hairline, as well as whether earlobes are free or not. And the reason why we picked those traits is because out of the portraits we found in the archives, those were the most noticeable. And so that's why we picked it.
See, so the pictures that you all found were difficult to obtain, correct?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Now, Tiffany, they found a nice picture of Amschel Mayer Rothschild. Could you bring it up, please?
As we can see, Rothschild has an oval face, a medium-sized nose, small mouth width, which is less than 65% of the face, straight hairline, and free earlobes.
Nathan, Nathaniel, and Philippe, generations 1, 2, and 5, all held this trait of the oval-shaped face. As for James and Henry, they do not hold an oval-shaped face, but a square-shaped face. Genetically, oval-shaped faces are homozygous dominant and heterozygous, and can be seen as long as the dominant allele shows on the Punnett square. Square-shaped faces are homozygous recessive. Possibly, Nathaniel's wife may have had a squared face, which she was recessive for, which caused their son James to have a square-shaped face, and was passed down one more generation to his son Henry.
As for nodes are polygenic, meaning both alleles will show causing incomplete dominance. Large nodes are considered homozygous dominant. Medium nodes are considered heterozygous. Small nodes are considered homozygous recessive.
Nathan and Nathaniel have small noses due to the possibility that they had mothers who were homozygous recessive for the trait. A medium-sized nose may have been passed through 3 generations due to incomplete dominance and the mix of a large-sized nose in the Rothschild genetic gene pool.
Mouth width, as you can see, all 5 generations have small mouth. Also, all 5 generations have straight hairline. Finally, all generations have 3 earlobes.
Oh my God, that was one of Science Wednesday's best shows ever. I mean, from the beginning to the end, you all explained about the Rothschild family, the phenotypic traits. I really feel like you guys captured the audience as well as myself. And actually, because you all were so great, we're doing something today for the audience. This is the best part of the show. We give out gifts. And everyone gets a family-size SUV hybrid here from your friends at Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Folks, for all you scientists out there that are wondering if anyone is watching and listening and hearing about your research, work hard because you could be the next scientist here on Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous. Now,